Time now for the News Nation political postscript. It was an emotional week on Capitol Hill with the families from Newtown making their voices heard, meeting face to face with every senator, ultimately securing what they hope will be the first victory of many, a vote to bring gun control legislation to the Senate floor. Now, the president also traveled to Connecticut on Monday and made a public appeal for an up or down vote. Here's a look at the week that was.
If you believe that the families of Newtown and Aurora and Tucson and Virginia Tech and the thousands of Americans who've been gunned down in the last 4 months deserve a vote, we all have to stand up.
I think it's also a tactical mistake. I think McCain is right. Allow a vote. The most that will happen will be a really unimportant change in one of the laws on background checks.
We have an agreement on an amendment to prevent criminals and the mentally ill and insane from getting firearms and harming people.
I've got to tell you candidly, I don't consider criminal background checks to be gun control. I think it's just common sense.
Grace McDonald, age 7, December 14, 2012, Newtown, Connecticut.
What I realized was Haidia's family was just like my family. Haidia Pendleton was me, and I was her.
Today, let us decide. As the world watches, there will be no more Newtowns.
On this vote, the yeas are 68, the nays are 31. 3/5 of the senators duly chosen and sworn having voted in the affirmative. The motion is agreed to.
Joining me live now, NBC News Deputy Political Editor Domenico Montanaro. So, Domenico, just quickly in reflection of this week, will it be remembered as a week where the voice of the people matter? I mean, Chris Matthews was giving out the number at one point in time of lawmakers on his show saying, no matter where you stand on an issue, you should be able to reach out to your lawmaker and let your voice be heard.
Well, we'll have an answer to that very soon. On Tuesday, the Senate is going to have a procedural vote on whether or not the background check amendment offered by Toomey and Manchin, whether or not that will be allowed to proceed. So we'll find out very, very soon, Tamron, if all that everything we just heard matters to whether or not the background check bill winds up passing.
And immigration, of course, again, where you see people taking to Capitol Hill this week, a large contingency of people rallied as well for their cause. And we're looking at moving forward here. I know that you and your first read team say that it might be more likely we see some kind of major legislation on immigration as opposed to gun debate.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, everybody wants something done on immigration as opposed to on guns. When you go inside our polling, we talk about how people want stricter gun rights for firearm sales. 55% said so in our poll, but 82% of those were Democrats. Okay, 82% of Democrats rather said that they were for that. Just 27% of Republicans said that they wanted that to be the case. The bridge is much closer on immigration. So, you have almost 2/3 of people saying that they would be in favor of a pathway to citizenship on comprehensive immigration reform, which was unthinkable, really, 6 years ago.
Right.
But because of this election, 71% going to President Obama. You have Marco Rubio doing a media blitz this weekend, trying to sell comprehensive immigration reform. It's going to be a real delicate dance for him as he tries to sew up those conservative bona fides, and to get through a primary if he wants to run in 2016. At the same time, keeping Latinos on board to believe that what he's doing actually is legitimate in their eyes.
All right, Domenico Montanaro, thank you so much, Domenico. Greatly appreciate your time. Have a great weekend.
Same to you, Tamron.